Hey everyone, this is Devin Adams. Welcome back to my next video in this series of authenticating through the FortiGate. And in the last video, we saw how we did users and groups locally, and how we also applied them to firewall policies to do access control, and saw them in our monitoring software like FortiView. But we had a huge problem, and that problem was we saw our users' passwords. We had to manipulate our users' passwords. I don't even want to see my admin passwords. So a better way, in several aspects, we're going to want to query a remote server for the credentials. Okay. Not only does this eliminate us having to maintain multiple accounts and passwords all over the place, it's just going to be like a, you know what, I don't want to know your password, you got your password, right? That way you can't blame me for anything, so on and so forth. So I'm going to break this one up in a couple of videos, all right? And I'm going to try to finish the remote authentication one today. But in this very first video, we're going to set up just the relationship between our domain controller here and our FortiGate. All right, and that's going to be using a protocol called LDAP, which is the Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, the language of love between directory services. Okay, and we're going to make this FortiGate a LDAP client, and then Active Directory is using directory services. So it essentially is going to query the Active Directory users and groups for authentication. So that way we don't have to look at it. So, all right, let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so on our domain controller itself, all right, I'm going to go ahead and open up my little server manager. And, you know, this is obviously not a Windows class. So if you're not a sysadmin, get them involved. I'm going to keep also the Microsoft terminologies to the minimum, but we're going to go over here in Tools, and we're going to go to Users and Computers. All right. And I'm going to show you guys that these are the accounts that we are going to authenticate with. All right. So we made a couple of accounts using management. We have another OU called marketing. We have sales. Then we have groups within these OUs. All right. And these are the users that we're going to want to authenticate. So, but there's a couple of special ones that we made, or just one. I made the FortiGate its own user account, with the firewalls being as the security group. Anyways, and why this is important? Well, I'm going to show you guys why this is important, and that's because you need an account to be stored on the FortiGate that has the ability to query the database, to query the directory. All right, and if I go to my properties here, I mean, he doesn't have any special permissions. He's just a domain user. All right. But it should still work. So let's go ahead and try that out. So, and why am I showing this to you guys? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Because I don't want to tie it to an actual user. Because what if I use Devin's and I have the FortiGates all set up to authenticate using Devin's username and password, right? And then Devin gets fired, and now nothing works after we've suspended his account. All right, so you're just going to want to avoid that. But all right. So let's go ahead and set up that relationship between the FortiGates and the domain controller. So, and guys, this is actually the only goal for today's lab. So here we go, or demo. So I'm going to go to admin and log in here. All right. Yes, I know. I promise not to power you off. Not properly. All right. So. Here we go. So to get to those settings, you're going to go to User and Devices, LDAP Servers. You're going to go to Create New. All right. Give it a name. And now I would give it the name of your domain controller. All right. Just so if you have multiple domain controllers, you know which one it's trying to talk to. All right. And then the IP address of that domain controller. And 389 is the default LDAP port. So there are some options here for LDAPs. See how it instantly changed? If you're using some kind of like, you know, SSL TLS to secure the connection. We're not. This is all probably just protected through VLANs, we'll just pretend. All right. But the big thing here is the distinguished name. So we need the distinguished name of our domain controller, of our domain, right, of where to start the search. But more importantly, this is where we're going to put in that FortiGate account, all right? And you need that long distinguished name in order to make what's called the bind. And the bind just simply means I'm able to query the directory services. So there's a real easy way to get that full DN. I know every time I teach it, some sysadmins will be like, well, you know, you go to advanced view and whatever. I don't care about that. The command I'm going to use is, and you can use this too, dsquery, enter, all right, and it'll tell you exactly how to use it. So dsquery, user, name, and then the name, okay, and then it will give you the distinguished name, and that's actually what we're looking for, is our distinguished name, so of that user. So are you guys ready? dsquery, user name FortiGate. There it is. There it is. Pretty clever, huh? So I'm just going to right click here. I'm going to go to Mark. Right click again. Okay. Go back to my FortiGate. Stick it right here. Hit paste. Now I have the distinguished name. And then my super secret password that I made for that FortiGate. Right? I can know that one. The FortiGate's not going to blab that. All right, and you know it worked if you hit this test button and you get a little toast message saying, successful. We're good, guys. We're good. Now, to verify this even further, if you come back up here now and hit fetch domain, or I keep saying domain, distinguished name, there you go. There's the top of our list. And if we had many tiers here, you see how we could start maybe by a site or what have you. That's getting a little bit more into it than I want to, but I'm just saying you can optimize this. Maybe I'll save that for another class, but anyways. And then we just click once, click out, and it populates it. And guess what? You are done. You are done. We now have a relationship between the FortiGates and also the domain controller. So let's see if this works. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and go to my system, my administrators, and if you guys remember, okay, we made a Devon account and stored them locally. And I said, you know what? I don't even want to. No remote user group set available. Oh. Okay. Here we go. I forgot we had to do that first. So let me back up here. If you guys remember right, we had a what you call it? We had an admin named Devon, and we had to create a username and password for him. That's me. All right. I don't want to know Devon's password. Okay. So I am going to make a remote user query here. Sorry guys, I just thought of something really cool to show you guys. I'm like, oh, should I show them this or should I show them that? I don't know which one, right? But I better just take it one step at a time here. So, but I'm going to essentially create the admin Devon all over again, but now query the directory services for his user credentials. All right. But before I can do this, a couple of things need to happen. For starters, Devon needs to get hired. All right, so I'm going to go back here to my domain controller. I didn't create a Devon account, so I'm going to go to users and computers. I'll be a part of the support group. All right, and I'll say, okay, new, there we are, new user. I'll call this Devon. Devon. And because we're in a test lab, that's why I'm doing the whole, you know, never expires, taking off this must change the password. But essentially, this is what keeps us from knowing their password, right? We give them a temporary one. First time they log into the domain, they have to change it, so on and so forth. All right. So there we go. And then I'm going to add Devon to the support group. All right. So support. Do a little check name. See how it underlined, but I'm also going to join him to the firewall group. All right, so I'm gonna, and this is why I kind of had a brain funk there. I'm like, man, should I show them that? We're gonna try something out here together. It might fail, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now that that's taken care of, before we can use users and usernames, we have to come down here to users and devices, user groups, and we need to make a remote group. So I'm going to say create new, and I'm going to say, you know what, anyone that's an admin, right? Or I'll even say a FortiAdmin, right? So dorky. Okay. And instead of selecting individual members here, I can say, you know what? No, just go out there to my LDAP server. See how cool that is? And anyone that is in the firewalls group, did you guys see that? They are a part of FortiAdmins. And then you can just hit OK here and hit OK. So now we don't have to store those credentials. All right, now there's a couple of things we can do here. So let's do the first one. Let's go back to System. Let's go to Administrators. All right, and let's go to System Settings. There we go. And I'll make that new. Come on, Devin. All right, create new. And now, see how these are options? Isn't that cool? So, and then one of them is match all users in remote server group as a part of this admin group. Isn't that neat? Or we can say match a user on a remote server group. They almost look identical, all right? So, and by the way, the backup password is there for the user, you know. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let's try it. Devin, this is why I should really think these things out. So, but here we go. We'll do a backup password, and we might tell Devin to change that the second he logs in, right? And as long as he's part of the FortiAdmin group, we'll make him a part of the super admin group. Okay? But I did not use the same password, by the way. I just didn't. I used one password when I created the user Devin. I just did a completely different one as a backup, and now I'm logging off my admin account. And now I'm going to use my Windows login, Devin, okay, with my Windows login credentials, and I'm in. Isn't that cool? So they never saw my user account, right? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. And then, of course, the first thing I do is come in here and change that, right? Where did I go? System, administrators, and then I could come in here and change my own backup password, right? Change backup password, old password, new password, right? So not too bad. Okay, not too bad. Still way better than what? Than than trying to what you call it? Manage those credentials your own. Because you know what? If I was sharing this administration responsibility with Devin, I don't want to log in as him. I don't want that accountability of the possibility of someone maybe, you know, masquerading as me. So anyways, but I'm going to go ahead and log back out. And I'm going to log in as Devin, and we're going to try something. All right? Because there is an option, and that was the third option, that says, you know what, just treat anyone in that user group as an admin. So that way we don't even have to manipulate the what you call it. We don't even need to manipulate the usernames. All right, in theory. So doesn't make sense? Let's keep rolling with it. All right, let's keep rolling with it. So let's go to our system administrators. Get rid of Devin. Get out of here, Devin. Delete. All right, bloop. And now I'm going to say, you know what? We're growing so fast. We're always getting Fortinet admins. We're always getting firewall admins. And we're always firing them. So instead, I'm going to say, you know what? Everyone everyone that could belong to this group, they're a part of this administrator group. So we'll just call this FortiAdmin. Now, the reason why I like this is not only do you have one place to create the accounts and uncreate the accounts, there's no backup passwords, so on and so forth, which could be bittersweet, but I'm going to hit OK now. All right. See the wildcard? And the wildcard means if I type in a user and a password to authenticate to get into the administrative portal, it's going to make a query to directory services, and as long as I belong to the firewalls group, okay, I should be able to get access regardless of what my name is, as long as the name and the user account is an Active Directory. So let's log out. I'm going to type in Devin and my Windows credentials. Wait a second, what is my Windows credentials? All right. Did I get into the firewall? I did. All right, and the reason why is because of that wildcard. And that's actually how I would do it, right? That way I only have to manage it from the domain controller, not from the firewall itself. See, it even comes over as Devin. All right, if we go over to our, let's see here, our system and administrators. All right, see how I'm logged in as the wildcard, but I still came in as Devin. Isn't that neat? I wonder what it looks like in the log files. So let's go over to our login reports and our system events. See how I'm still getting Devin there, not the wildcard. All right, guys. Administrator Devin logged in successfully. Okay. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right. But let's go ahead and try something else here. So I'm going to go back to my tools and my users. I should really just leave this open. Okay. Bill. Bill is also a user in the support group. All right. But is Bill a part of the firewalls group? No, he is not. He's only a system admin. He doesn't get to touch my FortiGate at all. But I don't know. Let's try it out, right? So maybe he gets all jealous about my cool GUI interfaces and all that stuff. So he's like, all right, I'll get in there, right? We're sitting next to each other. We're on the same team. Why can't I get in? Devin can get in. I saw him do it, right? And then he goes to the boss, he's like, boss, I really want to be a FortiAd administrator. And the boss is like, okay, sure, why not? No one broke anything by changing firewall rules. All right, so here we go. We're going to promote him now to the firewalls group. Yay! And I'm just going to confirm that by going to my properties. All right, and I'm going to go to my members of, and now he's support and firewalls, just like Devin is. All right. Bill, PNSS, whatever. Did I get into the firewall? Yes, I did. Did I have to make Bill individually on the firewall? No, I did not. All right, so pretty darn neat. Let's see if the logging logs him in as Bill. So let's go to our user and devices. Nope, login reports. User events. No, system events, sorry. Bill. Login failed. Did you see that? Isn't that great? That's because he wasn't a part of the group yet. All right. In fact, you know what? Bill is such a Forti stud. All right. He pushed Devin out of the job. So now Devin got demoted, and he's no longer a firewall admin. All right. Okay. See how I just removed me from the firewall group? All right. Bloop. Oh, here we go. And I didn't even know about it. I haven't gotten the memo yet, right? And I try to log in for the day. I'm just like, what? Wait, no. I should be able to get into the firewall. What's going on here? Heck, I'll use my backup password. Crap, that was Too many login. Oh, now I'm locked out. So, anyways, guys, I'll leave it at there. So, I did not mean for that. I actually wanted just to set up the LDAP server and hit the stop button. And then I saw, I'm like, you know what? That's right. We could use the wildcard groups, and that's why I got so excited there. So I thought I'd show you actually how to make admins using the wildcard groups. Um, but anyways, guys, I hope that was helpful. So in the next video, which I'll probably have to do tomorrow or later on in the week, but essentially in the next video, we're going to do the same thing, but the different groups. All right, and they're going to get active authentication when they go ahead and try to access the firewall. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I don't know if it was or not. It might have been more confusing, but I'll see you guys later. All right, see ya.